The first question I just want to go over and talk about is, what exactly is test anxiety and let's say general anxiety? Like, is there a
Mhm.
difference between the two, or
Mhm.
are they
Mhm.
closely related?
Yeah, so some people who have general anxiety will also have test anxiety. And so when we're thinking about this, everybody has some level of anxiety, and that's normal, right? It's really our body's a nervous system getting us ready for a threat. So if you see a lion, if you see something big and scary, your autonomic nervous system is going to kick in. You're going to get sharper. You're going to be ready to run. Okay, that is normal. But sometimes we get this response from normal things like tests or that kind of thing, and it can prevent you from thinking clearly. It can prevent you from being ready for your exam. So general anxiety is when people have worries about kind of everyday common things. People are worried about the weather. People are worried about what's going to happen tomorrow. People may even be worried about what's going to happen in 10 years. And so test anxiety is really specific for tests. You may have it only for certain tests. And what happens is, as you're either preparing for that test or you go to sit for it, you start to have a physical response. Sweaty
Okay.
palms, sweaty pits, your mind's going blank despite having prepared for hours and hours and hours, which I know your students do participate in your program do because the exam is so intense and covers so much information, right? And so they've been preparing for months. And they get down and they sit down for that exam, and it's like they haven't had any preparation at all, or they can't access it. So that is test anxiety. You have prepared, you sit down, and the information seems like it's gone. Sometimes test anxiety can start even before then, where you're thinking, and people, you told me that the pass rate really changed when they changed the structure of the exam. And so if you're a person who has failed the exam once, the anxiety can get in the way of you preparing to in the way of you preparing for the exam, take the second time and the third time, because you have this anxiety that's like, well, I didn't pass.